Hi everyone, welcome to Let It Out with Precious, and you're welcome to Questions You'd Ask section. This is a time whereby we talk heart to heart, we ask questions, and then we begin to feed ourselves with things that we know can actually help us. Remember, one of the the slogan of Let It Out with Precious is we keep fighting addiction, we overcome it by the grace of God, and you know tend to do away with depression, every form of depression. So let's go to our topic, identity crisis. As a lot of people like this word, and people tend to nod their head when they get to hear words like this, it's one thing that people fail to identify themselves with. Why? Because most times people are not even aware of the fact that they are suffering from identity crisis. You might want to ask me, how do a person know that they are having issues with their identity, or how do a person know that they are not living up to the person they are supposed to? Thank you for that question. Well, it goes like this. Before you say someone is depressed, or before you say someone is going through a form of denial or rejection, it comes from a place of, does that person even understand who she is or who he is? It comes before someone falls into depression. There's a place of something or someone messing up with your identity, messing up with your relevance, messing up with the fact that you want it, or you are someone that the world really wants to hear from. A lot of people will keep saying that a lot of people nowadays are now falling into addiction, falling into depression, and then you talk to them, and then when they stop, before you know, they go back to it. Now, you have to tackle it from the source. That source is who they are. Do they know who they are? Do they know what they carry? Do they know what they possess? Do they know their purpose? Do they know their vision? A popular question people tend to ask is, how do I know my purpose? And then, as I was preparing, for this video, it dawned on me that before you know that you have a purpose, it comes from a place whereby you know why you are here. Now, in knowing why you are here, we tend to understand what you have to give. Now, purpose is what you have to give to the existence of you being here. Do you understand? Now, a lot of people need to understand why they are here, and it comes from you having a relationship with God. Because most times you cannot understand what purpose is or your purposes are if you cannot have yourself going back to the creator, going back to the person, the producer. Now, let me put it this way. Now, you have a fridge, you have a television. Now, before you could know how to use it, before you had an idea, you just imagine just seeing your television for the first time. Imagine just seeing that fridge for the first time, and then you purchase it, and someone, maybe there's an advertisement that, oh, this fridge, it refrigerators, whatever. This thing, this monitor, you can, rather the television, you can be able to view things, visual expressions of things, and then you don't know how to really assess it, you don't know how to really use it. Now, when the manufacturer produces something like that, he places a manual. That manual serves as a guide to the reality of the manufacturer. Now, you can never see, do you know that you can never use the product of a refrigerator more than the manufacturer itself? Now, that is why you need the manual to guide you, because the manufacturer had the idea, saw it that, oh, why not create something like this? And then he created it, and he knows what each tool represent, what each things represent. So by the time you feel that you can use that stuff, you will not use that television or that fridge to its full potential. Are you with me? This is what I'm trying to get at. That for you to know who you are, for you to know what you carry, for you to know what you possess, you must go back to the source, being God. You must go back to the manufacturer. He created you. He knows what your eyes are for. He knows what your nose are for. He knows what your mouth are for. He knows what your ears are for. He knows what your hands are for. So by the time you go back to that source and say, you know what, Lord, I want to know why you created me. If you don't know what a television is used for, you might replace a television for a computer. And sincerely speaking, the fact that somehow it brings us a visual expression of things does not mean it can do the same work as a monitor. A lot of us might think that we are actually, because we can do something does not mean that's our purpose. No. You might think people have same voices, and then you might think they are both having a purpose of them singing. No. It might be one can be, someone who will use a voice or his voice to help people. And then one will use a voice to comfort people. So a place of you knowing why you're existing, a place for you to know why you are being formed, helps you fight against identity crisis. Immediately you go off from the source, just like you plug in your phone and then you didn't switch on the socket or so. It doesn't charge. So immediately you get disconnected from the electricity that comes through that socket into your phone. You will not maximize what you have inside of you. Identity crisis also comes from a place of people, who want to understand why some things are happening to them. And then I said to someone, I said that one way for the devil to finish a man is just to make sure that he damages the identity of that person. One way for the devil to finish a man is to make sure that he damages the identity of that person. And that's why you see a lot of people fall into depression to the point of committing suicide. And that is why the Bible says in Isaiah, it said, arise out of that depression. Now, arising does not mean you just stand up. It doesn't just stand up. It comes from a place of you saying, go and understand why you exist. Stand up from that place of denial. Stand up from that place of you rejecting who you are. You not understanding your source. You not understanding why you exist. And come into a place of light, knowing that this is who you are. And that is it. That is how to fight identity crisis. I hope you stay tuned for episode 2.